I recently met the most interesting person I've ever met in my entire life. But today, I'm not going to be talking about the time I met Adam Sandler. I'm going to be talking about another really interesting person named Colton Russell. So, if I could describe Colton in a few words, it would be artistic, adventurous, and amiable. Colton's artistic endeavors are just about as diverse as his Native American and Irish heritage. He started learning bass when he was in the 4th grade, which was a catalyst that opened a door for so many more instruments for him to learn. In fact, he knows so many instruments, I can't even count them on both of my hands or even a foot. Colton loves traveling, touring, and sharing his love for music with others. Before he came out to Pepperdine, he toured with David Benoit, who actually is famous, a jazz musician, for performing music from Charlie Brown. One experience that Colton says was very important to him was when he was able to travel to Korea to perform music. Although the locals couldn't understand his language and he couldn't understand theirs, he felt that he could communicate with them through the universal language of music. Colton shares his spirit of adventure with his mother, a former model, now private investigator. His sister is a dancer, and his 2 brothers are both soccer stars. But Colton hasn't lost a sense of adventure himself. He enjoys fire dancing with a dragon staff, fire breathing, pole vaulting, swing dancing, riding his motorcycle named Xena, and rock climbing. One rock climbing venture that was important to Colton was a trip he took with his brother to Hawaii. Now in Hawaii, his brother nearly knocked him off the side of their cliff multiple times. This was a valuable lesson to Colton to show the fragility of life and how important your decisions must be. Colton is a good steward in that every skill he learns, he puts to good use, and he spends his time practicing and preaching as much as he can. Colton very much values effort. He thinks that anybody who isn't putting their full effort into whatever they're doing is wasting their time. One example of this is Colton's hobby of cars and motorcycles. He not only puts effort into learning how they work, but he also rebuilds them and remodels them. Colton spends most of his time, or a lot of his time, with his family and his 2 dogs, Lily and Goose, but also he did a lot of charity work with a foundation called Young Life, which is a Christian ministry program to help lesser developed kids, and he did this for over 5 years. Now, Colton on campus takes care of poison dart frogs and newts. And if I know as much about Colton as I think I do, then I'm sure those dart frogs and newts are dancing their way through the semester. Now Colton, there are so many ways to describe him. A fire dancer, an accomplished musician, an artist, a pole vaulter. So it gets me thinking, maybe he is the most interesting person that I've ever met. Well, I don't know if that's true, but he might be the most interesting person that I've ever interviewed. Well, he's the only person that I've ever interviewed. But that's not the point. The point is that Colton Russell is without a doubt the most interesting person that I have ever interviewed. Thank
you. Oh, man. That was funny the way you